All right, I guess we're just jumping in. I'm Erin.
I'm Kelcey.
And we are the Binge Chicks.
Yep.
We are going to be taking you every Wednesday through some of our favorite shows. Shows that we're binging, have binged, you've probably binged.
Mm-hmm.
Some good ones. So feel free to tune in and send us an email if you have any shows you want us to watch. Our email is Nope, that's a website.
Good start. That's fantastic. We're professional bingers. We do not know how to speak.
Can you tell that I'm nervous?
There's no human interaction in our lives at all.
Bingechicks@yahoo.com.
Yay! That sounds like an email.
All right. So we're starting off with one of our absolute favorites, Parks and Recreation, which I feel like everyone's watched.
I really hope so at this point.
At this point, you'd have to. If you're a fan of The Office, if you're a fan of pretty much any comedy, you had to have seen Parks and Rec. It's correct. Just a classic.
There's a character for everybody.
Literally, I think you can relate to every single character. Like,
even if you're a Jerry.
Even if you're a Jerry, but we all have Jerry moments. Mm-hmm. We all have moments that feel like Jerry. I do. Which actually, fun fact, Jim O'Heir, who plays Jerry, was originally up for Ron Swanson.
That makes no sense to me at all.
It doesn't. And then they put him up for Ron's boss, the city manager. I don't remember his name. Mm. And so Jim was going to be the city manager. Mm. And then they made him Jerry, which just makes complete sense.
Can't see it any other way.
No. The only person that didn't have anybody else playing them at one point or up for the role was Leslie Knope. Amy Poehler was always going to be.
That makes sense.
And then April. There was they wrote April around
her personality.
Her personality.
She is literally that dark and awkward.
Literally.
Yeah. I love her.
Obsessed with Judy Garland.
Oh,
did you know that?
No.
She's a huge Judy Garland fan.
That's amazing. That makes me love her even more.
Right?
I did not know that was possible.
Like, major memorabilia fan. Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, some of the people up for... So, Ron Swanson is obviously, like, a huge character. And I feel like right now where we are socially, he's so necessary because he's a male character that is so into strong women and he's so behind powerful women. Yep. So he was a cool character.
And breakfast.
And breakfast. He loves breakfast.
I just love that about him.
He loves breakfast and he loves women who make breakfast. And he loves eating it. And
I would like all the bacon and eggs you have. No, I don't think you understand. I want every single last egg that you have in this building.
Another good one is when he says, I love the number 8. Sir, that's a party platter. I know what I'm about, son. And Leslie's like, you're going to want to stick around for this.
Oh my God.
Nick Offerman, however, who plays Ron Swanson, was originally up for Mark Brendanawicz.
That's so unfortunate.
Which just wouldn't make any sense, because Mark is the worst.
He is actually the worst.
Literally the worst character. So season 1, Parks and Rec, is kind of all about the pit. It's all about Andy falling in the pit, breaking his legs in the pit, Leslie falls in the pit. I think everyone at some point ends up in the pit.
In the pit.
Which is really funny because it got really, 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 really bad reviews.
Seriously?
The first season. It only got 6 episodes because they were going to cancel it.
Huh.
Which is quite interesting. It ended up being huge.
My life would be so different.
It would. And I feel like we would have missed out on so much Leslie Knope. I say a lot. And now I'm trying
You're
not to.
You're allowed to say
I'm allowed to say
It's a filler.
Trying really. Yeah, every time I'm thinking.
Saver.
I'm like, I think one of my favorite lines was from the first episode when I literally wrote it down. Get on board, buckle up, because my ride is going to be a big one. If you get motion sickness, put your head between your knees, because Leslie Knope is stopping for no one. Literally, that is like the definition of the whole show.
It sets the tone for literally every single episode.
The entire show is that quote.
Yeah.
Like, it's just... And then she goes on to compare herself to the White House press secretary. And I just...
Hello.
If that's not everybody else.
Right.
In the world.
Yep.
One of my favorite things is the public forums. And the first episode
Oh my god.
has the there's the one guy that's like, the chief of police is a 9th level Mason. And you're like, okay. Then it cuts back to him and he's like, finally, I have some things I'd like to say about Laura Linney. They're like, and the meeting's over.
And we're done here.
But every time they're just absolutely hysterical. And I feel like no other show has anything like the
Public
people
forums.
of Pawnee.
Right.
Yeah, which is just awesome.
And then Anne walks in. She has a genuine concern.
An actual concern.
And we're all like, wait, what?
Wait, excuse me, ma'am.
Waiting for you to say
Are you meant to
something
be here?
ridiculous. Please. Yeah.
It's more than a promise. It's a pinky promise. I feel like 90% of this podcast is just going to be us saying quotes.
I feel like it
forth.
might end up that way, but you know what?
But that's okay. That's what it is meant to be, I
Right.
guess. I want to go back to Mark being the absolute worst in the entire world.
I feel like that needs to be said.
I think it's a popular opinion that Mark Brandanowitz absolutely sucks.
Yep.
Like, the way he treats Leslie,
Yep,
he
number
leads
one.
her on all the time, and then he's an absolute dick to her.
Right.
Then he sleeps with Shauna Malwae-Tweep, and she's super sweet and trying to be like, hey, so are we gonna hang out sometime? And he's all, I think you read too much into that.
Ah.
Did she, though?
Also, she's the most naive person I've ever
Literally.
met. That I've never met.
That you've never met.
Yeah.
That
she's
you've ever
horrible.
never met.
She's another one that kind of drove me nuts the entire time.
She did. Someone needed to, like, bonk her on the
Her
head and, like,
development
Shauna.
was like backwards.
When she's like, I can't even get the homeless guy. That was awesome.
Oh dear.
But, Mark was just the worst. He was awful to the parks department because he's the one that forced them to pursue the pit project and then literally told the press, this is going to fail. This is awful. This is the worst.
Two-faced.
He is two-faced, and I don't know, I feel like he just also isn't very attractive.
No, he's not. He doesn't deserve to be the player that he makes himself out to be. It doesn't make any sense.
That's like when they're talking on the laptop and they're like, oh, look at all these girls. And Anne's like, who are they? And they're like, oh, they might be his relatives. And she's like, oh, do big boobs run in the family or something? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, how does Mark get multiple women with giant boobs and he's not the one calling them back?
I don't understand it, truthfully.
It's just confusing.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have a good personality.
Nope.
So, moral of the story, Mark Brandanowitz is the worst.
In all
ways.
to Sunday.
Yeah. This was a fun fact I wrote down, and it's not confirmed, but one of Amy Poehler's first movies was Wet Hot American Summer.
Yeah.
And in it, one of the characters says to someone, she goes, hey, JJ, can you save me some waffles? And it is believed that... Oh, Buddy's making.
Buddy needs food. We're taking a Buddy food pause. Or water. Or food.
Water.
Or one of those things.
He wants water.
He's hydrated.
Buddy's my dog. He may make himself known at some point. It's believed that JJ's Diner was inspired by this. And Paul Rudd was in Wet Hot American Summer,
Right.
and that's where he and Amy Poehler met, and he obviously goes on to play Bobby Newport.
Yeah.
Bobby Newport.
Oh my god, another one. He's just...
Which we can get into so much.
He doesn't come until later, though, anyway.
No, he is not right away, which is okay. We can bring him up. But yeah, I feel like Parks and Rec is such a classic show.
Yep.
And knowing that it was originally written to be a spin-off of The Office made it awesome,
Yeah.
but better that it wasn't. Like, I think if it had been a spin-off of The Office, it would have been compared way too much. And they're different shows.
The whole vibe around the two different shows is so different, I feel like. Even in the first episode of The Office, it's, like, so dry. Super, super dry. But, like, you go to Parks and Rec and it's, like, bright and...
Energy.
Quick. Yeah, like, really, really quick humor.
Which I feel like, I don't know if it is for other people or for you. But like if I watch a show, I definitely like mimic the energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I watch Parks and Recreation,
it gets stuck with you.
I literally was cleaning my kitchen earlier. I'm like, oh, gotta clean the kitchen, but it's that like Leslie Knope
You went
energy.
into Leslie Knope.
Yeah, literally.
You literally switched into her life.
And if I watch like an action movie, I'm not even joking. I sit there Googling like karate class. I'm like, should I take karate? Do I need to learn why don't I know how to sword fight?
Oh my god, please. Every single time I watch a superhero movie, that's completely unrelated, but I am Wonder Woman when I leave that theater.
Oh, it's impossible not to be.
Yep.
It's like.
Okay, wants my cupcake.
Are you podcasting? Buddy's podcasting now. He's at the table. There we go. Oh, no. No, I'm taking notes. He's going to take notes. Yeah, I think that's the funniest part about these shows is, like, you kind of become them.
Yeah.
Which I like.
When you watch them like we do, we're kind of not normal.
When you binge.
Well, I don't know.
I think a lot of people binge.
We might fit into the norm now.
I think more people are into binging with all the streaming services. But I definitely don't feel like people commit to shows like we do.
It's kind of sick. I don't know if I've ever had an outlet like this
to talk about
where it's actually been a good thing.
Right.
That I spend so much time watching television.
Well, I was at work last week and I was like, I wish there was a way that I could share the fact that I watch too much television without the world.
People going,
right, at work.
That's awesome.
But I'm like, hey, do you guys want to talk about the show I'm watching? And everyone's like, no, Erin, we don't.
A, never watched it. Because why are you watching that? It's terrible. B, I don't know nearly enough to keep up with you.
I think that's the best when I go up to someone, I'm like, you should watch this show. It's like not good, but you need to watch
dude,
it.
Please. What was Vampire Diaries with me?
That was literally how I got you to watch it.
I had to be convinced.
Yeah.
Because me and teeny bopper type of things do not vibe.
Don't
normally, but man, are those vampires awesome.
They're amazing. That's going to be our next show, just in case everyone's...
Little segue.
Everyone listening, by the way, for right now, is going to be like my dad, Mike, my brother.
Yeah, right. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. Yeah, that'll be our next show that we cover. Because it's actually what we're currently binging.
Yeah, yep, I'm on season 2. I have not gone any further than, what, episode 16?
16.
Yep, season 2.
So I've...
Finally, like, things are happening.
Yeah, stuff's
It
starting
takes a little
to happen.
while. Like, big things.
Big things. It does. That's kind of the hard thing with some shows is when they don't... Like, I watched The Vampire Diaries and then I just started the originals, which is the spin-off.
Right.
And I noticed that because the originals is a spin-off of The Vampire Diaries, they don't waste any time. Like, they jump right in and it's...
Well, because you know the people.
You know everyone.
It's the character development that I have a hard time getting through most of the time in every single show that I watch. First season is usually like who's who and figuring out what their quirks are and like their dark side
Learning
and their
them.
light side and I don't know. Yeah.
Which I think that's something I like about shows like Parks and Rec, The Office, 30 Rock, is that you don't really need any of that.
Nope.
You don't need backstory. You don't need...
You figure that out as you go.
As you kind of progress.
You figure out who Dwight Schrute is pretty much right off the bat.
Immediately.
And then you find out he's actually a lot deeper than that. But
you don't need it to begin with to like the show or to find him funny, which I like.
No, God, no.
It just, you kind of just jump right in.
Yeah.
And like Michael Scott, you instantly know that he's going to drive you nuts.
But you're also going to have to love him.
You love him with every part of your
There's
body
a reason
and
nobody
soul.
quit.
No,
Nobody
except
quit.
For well, Devin, I guess, got fired.
Devin got fired, remember? He was a hobo that day, right? On Halloween.
It was the Halloween episode.
Oh, poor Devin.
Poor Devin.
Short end of the stick. Does anybody out there know who Devin is? That's a good question.
That's a really good question.
Because we're abnormal and we know weird side things.
We remember weird small facts about the shows that we watch.
Fun fact, Devin worked there for a day.
Devin worked there for, well, I think a while.
He was there probably for like 15 years.
And Creed is the reason he got fired. Hey, when we go see...
the other one. Oh, yeah!
We're going to see Creed Bratton live. For anyone who's not aware, again, Dad. Creed Bratton is on The Office, and he does a one-man show.
Yep.
We should probably try to get him to be on our podcast.
Oh my God, well, we could record with him. I like
We're going to have to do that. We're going to have to talk to him.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know what I'm going to do with myself in his presence.
My fear has always been with meeting, it's really just people on, like, the big shows that I love. Like, if I were to ever meet anyone from Buffy or Parks and Rec or The Office or pretty much any TV show, let's be realistic, my fear is that I'm either going to, like, make a noise that's really uncomfortable for everyone, scream,
Yes.
throw up, and it'll end up on their feet.
All of the things.
Or I have this, like, knee-jerk reaction where I whack people.
Poor Creed.
And my biggest fear
He's
is...
like, it happens all the time. This is not abnormal for me.
Yeah, we've got another hitter over here.
I have a black eye on both sides now. Thank you very much for that.
It's like my biggest fear is that I'm just gonna, like...
Oh, dude.
Sorry.
Like, I'm a major Whovian. I love Doctor Who. And I went to meet Billie Piper at Comic-Con. And she's, like, my hero. I love Rose Tyler. She was my favorite character. So I meet her, and she's, like, this goddess. She's, like, 6 feet tall. And she's gorgeous, and she's got a British accent.
Oh, of course she does.
Oh, my God. I stood under her, like, hi. And she literally was like, hello. And I was like, Mom, puddle, I'm gonna lose it. So I just stood there. And the photo, I have to find out a way to show you guys this picture.
We'll put it on our Instagram.
Yes, my face is horrified. I look like I'm gonna cry. I also look like I'm about to run. And then I'm done, and I look at her again, and she goes, thank you, darling. And I was like, bye. And I ran. I'm not joking. I ran out of the room. I looked at the picture, and I was like, this is the worst day of my entire life. Yep. So, yeah, Billie Piper might remember me from Boston Comic Con circa 2015, because that was a nightmare.
We're gonna have to go back and get her to be on our podcast.
Nope.
Get you a new photo. Screw the podcast.
I don't think I can do it again. I had Billie Piper PTSD. I don't know. Oh, man.
We have to get a picture of you holding the original picture.
Oh, 100%.
And then with her.
See,
like, this was
I
us.
can tell her the story.
Making memories.
She'll be like, yeah, I actually put a restraining order on you a long time ago.
I bet that happens a lot, though. Like, people just standing there staring at them.
Right. Especially when she wears platform heels like that. That was ridiculous.
I was in Starbucks, and is his name on the show Anthony? Yeah, Anthony from Sex and the City was there. And this was just, like, in our hometown, or my hometown, whatever. And I was standing behind him, and I was staring at him, and it occurred to me that I was just staring at him. And he was talking about pastries. He's, like, telling his friend, pastries, talking, whatever you say about pastries.
I like pastries. Various pastries.
Right. And he turned and he finally looked at me like, why are you staring at me?
No.
And I literally looked at him, like, some serious eye contact, didn't blink, and go, I love you.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You used the 4-letter word.
Yep. 4 letters.
Let's ground. Love.
I love you.
Love.
Oh, 4-letter word.
That's 3 words, you idiot. Not 4.
Yep, I said I love you, and he literally looked at me and went, thanks.
Oh, no. Oh, well.
It was really bad. I was like, oh my god, I love you.
That was a day. That was
embarrassing.
So cute. Buddy's so cute.
He is cute. He's hanging out with us.
Yep.
If he could talk, he would talk about TV.
He's watched just as much television as you have.
He watches all of the shows with me, although it's funny, he doesn't like every show.
You can tell.
You can tell. Like, he'll sit in the room for some shows. Other shows, he's like, I gotta get the hell out of here.
Is it Vampire Diaries?
He doesn't mind Vampire Diaries. Okay. He does not. What show doesn't he like? There's one show that he goes, like, to the other end of the house, and he just
it's
won't
somebody's
even...
voice, I bet.
It's, a voice or, like, some of the background music.
Is
he
it,
doesn't like.
money please? Does he go running?
Where's my money? That's a good
her.
Parks and Rec character. Oh. Jenny Slate, she's from Boston.
Jenny, we love her.
Which is where we are kind of
Sort of residing
at the moment.
We do tell people that's where we live.
It's easier.
Yeah.
It's just easier to say
It's a lie,
Boston.
though.
It is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny Slate, Parks and Rec, plays Mona Lisa Saperstein, which is my favorite character.
Yeah.
Literally every time I ask Mike for money, I'll be like, money please!
Oh, poor Tom. That was such a bad time for him. Mm-hmm.
My favorite is when she comes in and she's like, somebody started a fire in your car because you took too long. And I got bored.
She's so good. I can't even stand it.
She's so good at being awful.
Oh,
which
man.
is the best.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we kind of got off topic of Parks and Recreation, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It was fun.
We came back.
We got back to
We
it.
bounced back.
It's fine. We're
This
good.
is how our brains work.
Pretty much all my notes for season 1 were about how much I hate Mark Brandanowitz. And we covered that pretty
Good
quickly.
job.
Like angry writing about Mark Brandanowitz. And he and Anne
She
made
made a
no
burn
sense.
book. No.
They made absolutely. I know that's technically season 2, but Anne and Mark, she's too good for him.
Everybody's too good for him.
The pit is too good
The
for
pit
him.
is way too... Yes! Even the pit. Ugh.
Oh,
So accurate.
that pit. We had a hole in our backyard. Do you remember the giant hole? It was a pit.
I think so.
In our yard. I made a video on iMovie of the pit being filled to Mouse Rat
Yes.
pit. And
Okay.
that's the dryer, buddy. It's the dryer.
Yeah.
This is really professional, buddy.
So the pit.
All set.
We did have a whole conversation about the pit before we started, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
We were singing the song.
Yep. It's a staple in the entire show. It is the foundation.
It is what the show is all about without the
without
pit.
being a foundation, because it's not.
Because it's not.
It's a hole in the ground.
Well, they started the foundation, if you want to get technical.
yes.
The condo developer.
Mm-hmm. That's right. It never happened.
One of my absolute favorite parts when Leslie's like, and over there we're going to have the basketball courts and volleyball courts and tennis courts. And Anne's like, it's not that big. Where are you going to put? She's like, well, we'll have some of it.
Right.
It's literally me when I'm like, okay, when we rebuild our house, I'd like us each to have an office, a library, 6 bathrooms,
Hidden doors.
Yep,
Secret caverns.
trapdoors,
Bat
all of
cave.
it.
I want a bat cave.
I would love a bat cave.
Right?
I would just like a hidden, like, office. Like, here's a bookshelf, and you move a book, and my office is behind it.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I think that's a great plan.
I do too. I also saw a thing that someone did in a library. So it was a library / guest room. The bookshelves moved out and a Murphy bed folded down. And I actually want to do that.
It. That's amazing.
Right?
That's too cool.
Hidden Murphy bed.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, like, it won't take up a lot of space, which is cool.
Is that what it's called? A Murphy?
A Murphy bed, the ones that fold down from the wall.
Wow. I had no idea.
You learn something new every day.
A hiding Murphy bed.
What else did I make notes of on Parks?
What is the
Parks and
fun
Rec?
fact in
The
capital
fun
letters?
fact. Oh, all caps. That was the one about Wet Hot American Summer. I thought that was really cool.
That is a fun
I like
fact.
those little. There's so many Easter eggs on that show. I was doing a whole BuzzFeed list of Easter eggs, and one of them was that in the final season, some of the characters that aren't as big have little things that are big. So like when they flash to the future and Craig is on the airplane. He's drinking John Ralphio champagne.
Oh.
So there's a lot of little.
How cool is that?
I have to take off Buddy's collar next time we do this because he's definitely making some noise.
That's awesome.
Oh, the other one that I think is a wicked popular fan relationship is Leslie and Tom.
Like, yeah.
Their back and forth is incredible.
It so is.
Just some of the things he says to her,
Yeah.
and like his reactions to things she says is what makes them. Like when she's like, "Write this down," and he just has the book of squiggles. It's like, "This was something Leslie said on Wednesday," or when she's doing her speech for her mom, and she's like, "Read that back to me," and he's like, "Marlene Griggs Nope is obese," and he's like, "She's like, That's like I said
absolutely not what I said, but thank you, Tom.
And he's like, you have to start with a really solid opening line. Like, Marlene Griggs Nope has probably never hired a male prostitute.
Probably.
Probably.
I like that it's up for debate.
We don't know for sure, but she's probably.
Right. Oh, man. Absolutely.
All right. Any other thoughts on Parks and Rec? That kind of...
Man, there's so many.
So many thoughts. It's hard to kind of wrap it into, like, this is just about season 1.
Right.
Because there's so many things that we could go off on.
Such a big picture after you've watched all of the seasons 14 times.
It's hard not to delve into... Oh, did you know Octavia Spencer was originally going to play Donna?
No.
Right?
I would not want anybody else.
Right?
Treat yourself.
I love Donna. And I love Retta. She's amazing.
Yeah, oh my god.
Retta? Is that her name?
Greta?
Greta? Yeah.
Myra?
Retta. It's Retta. And you know the guy that does the emergency preparedness drill?
Yes.
He was originally supposed to play Ron Swanson.
Oh god, no.
Better than Jim O'Hare. Better than Jerry.
Yeah.
But
Not.
But not.
God. Offerman is just, he needs to be. He is
Ron Swanson. That's actually a really common thing. People thought, like, people go up to him on the street and say, hey, Ron. And he's like, no, I'm
He will
not
always
Ron.
be Ron to me, and he's
Always.
gonna like it. When I meet him one day.
He's going to be Ron Swanson.
He's Ron.
We have his pillars, the pyramid of manliness is in Mike's tool shed.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he
That's
loves
where it
Ron
belongs.
Swanson.
You would be very proud.
It is.
Especially if you
woodshop.
hung up the picture of the eggs and bacon on the wall.
That's a really good idea.
I know.
I need to find that.
I have those.
You have the poster of the eggs and bacon?
No, I just have good ideas.
Oh, good ideas. Like you have the poster?
Yes, I have 12 of them. Would you like one?
The way you said it was like they're just laying around.
Well, I like eggs.
And bacon.
Me and Ron have that in common.
Ugh.
I definitely like waffles more though. I'm more on Leslie's side. I'm a French toast gal.
I can't eat waffles.
Oh, yeah.
Or any of that.
Right.
That's a whole other episode of a podcast. I can't eat gluten or grains or anything. Which the 3 people listening to this already know that. So
It's a sad life.
So all I can eat is eggs. Can't eat bacon though.
There you go.
Can't eat pork products. So
Oh, Jesus.
eggs.
My God.
I have eggs and mushrooms for breakfast
Oh,
every
that's-
morning.
I'm so sorry.
It's a little disappointing.
I had a giant bowl of pasta last night for dinner.
It sounds amazing.
I'm just that nice.
I had chips and hummus
That's
for
good.
dinner. Oh no, I had chicken salad.
Oh, you got so excited. That's so awesome for you.
Chicken salad. So
Oh my God. What did we do?
kind of at the end of our 30 minutes, which
We
is
are.
crazy because it kind of flew.
Do we? Well, we
Right
meet
by.
Andy in the first season. We meet
How
him
do we not
pretty.
even?
I don't know.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, man.
That
What
was.
a development he has.
He was only supposed to be on like 3 episodes. He was not supposed to be a regular.
I could not imagine that show without him. He is that show.
The greatest line from that show was improvised by him, and it's flu season when Leslie is sick in her office and she walks out and he says, Leslie, I punched your symptoms into WebMD and it says you have connectivity problems.
That's
Like, who else could come up with that line
No
and
one.
just like nail it?
fantastic.
And it made that was the best episode.
Didn't
of
you
that
say
show
that
ever.
was the improvised one?
Yeah.
That was completely
He
improvised.
completely improvised that.
Oh my God, that's
which
amazing.
I love. But you've been sleeping all day and now you want to play. I'm gonna have to post a picture of you to our Instagram so
Yes.
that people believe that you're actually real, that I'm not just running around yelling at the phone from across the room.
Absolutely.
Ugh.
Yeah. We'll have to get into the relationships between everybody.
I know,
next
now
time.
that we've had, this was kind of good. We needed to like break the ice with getting comfortable talking
Now you know how weird we are.
to a phone.
I know. But we're also talking to each other,
Right.
I think.
But it's like people are going to listen to it, which is weird.
I hope so.
I hope so too. We're going to get better. We're going to get it. This is going to
I
bring into our
cannot
flow.
promise any of that. Do not listen to her.
I'm optimistic that this is going to be amazing and you guys are going to tune in.
I love it.
Every week.
We definitely need suggestions, though.
Please send us suggestions. Please.
That's for sure.
And it doesn't have to be an old show. It can be a current show. It can be something currently.
We can binge it in a week. We have the capacity to do so.
The capabilities. We are good at it.
Yeah.
We are not just saying we are binge chicks. We literally binge.
I think it's in our DNA.
It is. How it took me 2.5 weeks, and I work full time to watch 8 seasons of Vampire Diaries.
Wow.
That's not a lot of. It's a lot of episodes.
Sick.
It's a little sick. But if there is a show you want to hear us talk about, or you want our opinions on, which I'm hopeful that you do, send it to us. Our Instagram is @Binge Chicks. Our email is bingechicks@yahoo.com.
Yep.
No www.
Nope, because it's not a website.
It's not a website. We don't have a website yet.
I know. We can do that.
We'll make a website.
Maybe. Is that a little archaic? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what's cool anymore.
Do we need a Tumblr? I just got a Tumblr.
You did. I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe we need a Tumblr.
Absolutely, we do.
Yeah.
Well, that's that for now.
That's our first podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to check us out next week and binge on.
Yep. Absolutely. Bye, guys.
Bye.